have known Ruth was to have a ray of sunshine in my life.
People remember Ruth as the smile, as the entrance, as always on.
You could always hear her coming, whether she was singing or whistling.
Ruthie would walk into a room and light it up.
And she'd just come in with this big smile on her face. Good morning, how's everybody this morning?
Now, are you ready to sing? Sing nice and loud so I can hear you. Ready? When you're smiling, the whole world smiles with you. When you're laughing, the sun comes shining through. But when you're crying, you bring out the rain, so stop your sighing. Be happy again, keep on smiling, 'cause when you're smiling, the whole world smiles with you.
I've known Ruth for over 78 years. We went to grade school and high school together. I remember going to Ruth and her sister Ilene's house to listen to them practice for their show on WHUN. They were known as the Snyder Sisters.
It will be the real thing, and I'll know it's true love by the way my heart sings, I love you.
When my sister Ilene and I had our radio show back in the 40s and early 50s, Ilene would do this first. She'd go, and I'd say, come in. Well, 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 look who's here. I haven't seen you in many a year. If I knew you were coming, I'd have baked a cake, baked a cake, baked a cake. If I knew you were coming, I'd have baked a cake. How'd you do, how'd you do, how'd you do? If you drop
First you have to roll out the dough.
We roll down the dough.
We roll out the dough. Say they're so good.
It's so good.
She came in one Sunday morning with a coffee pot and a pound of coffee and a box of donuts, and she said, we're going to have some fellowship before we start to worship from now on.
Bruce had this sweet tooth and she liked licorice a lot. And go get it because Terry, her daughter, wouldn't allow her to have it. So I'd have to go and sneak it in and she'd hide it.
I had had a toothache all night, and after lunch she asked me if I wanted some cherry pie, and I says, well, no, Ruth, I've had a toothache all night. I don't want anything sweet. And she says, oh, well, how about some fudge? So
her ministry most definitely was her music and her talent that she was always willing to share.
And she was definitely blessed by God with her musical talent, and she used that talent for His glory.
She never missed a Sunday. She was faithful in her devotion to the church.
Ruth could play anything by ear. Everybody was amazed that she didn't bring any books or any sheet music. It was just all from her heart and her head.
one day at a time, sweet Jesus, that's all I'm asking from you. Just give me the strength to do every day what I have to do.
Ruthie called me and she says, okay, Bevy, you ready to start to work? So I was here for 10 years then.
I had a wonderful opportunity to work with Ruthie for over 7 years.
14 and a half years.
Started when I was 14, started when I was 15, starting when I was 14, and this was my first job.
I did a lot of projects here for them.
I think I started in 1987.
I worked at Edgewater Acres for 16 years.
I worked at Edgewater with Ruth for 35 years.
Ruth was definitely the best boss ever.
And she would elevate people.
She was a very wonderful person, as she would say, wonderful, wonderful. Every time I come in the morning, I'd say, well, how are you? Wonderful, wonderful.
Ruth always said she was wonderful, wonderful. And you had to do the same when she asked you.
I said, I'm wonderful, wonderful. He said, no, really, how are you? And I said, I really am wonderful.
So I always remember I'm wonderful, wonderful, even though I'm not.
And sometimes maybe you don't feel like smiling.
And I don't know if anyone else had to do this, but I had to go out and touch the trouble tree
several times.
And I had a sign on it, Trouble Tree. And I said, and when you come through this door, it all has to be upbeat and happy.
It was always eliminate the negative, accentuate the positive.
You've got to spread joy up to the maximum, bring gloom down to the minimum.
And even if you felt not so great that day, her smile and her energy always made you feel better.
She was always even-tempered.
Ruth never really got mad, even if you could tell if she were a little bit disappointed.
She would come over chewing gum a mile a minute sometimes. I think she was having a bad day, but boy, she put that gum in her mouth and she'd just chew, chew, chew.
Ruth is the single most generous person I know.
Gotta try a little kindness, show a little kindness.
Ruthie taught me to make people feel special. Ruth had a wonderful way to make all of us feel important.
Ruthie always made you feel as if you were that great, you know, and she felt that in her soul. You really were that great, no matter what it was.
She just gives. Some people give because they're guilty, some people give because they care, some people give because they feel obligated. Ruth just gives because that's who Ruth is.
She said, I'll make you hot soup every day for dinner. And she did. She didn't miss a day.
Ruth taught me the importance of hard work.
When the sun in the morning peeps over the hill and kisses the roses on my windowsill, then
I was usually there by 6:30. I'd just start getting things ready for breakfast. She taught us how to clean.
One thing I remember the most is her saying, if you can lean, you can clean.
Ruth would work very hard around that resort. There's times I would see her impeccably dressed on her hands and knees, making sure it was to her standard.
Somebody had run a sweeper and they messed up all the fringes on it. Ruthie told me, said, there's a pick for your hair in that one drawer right there. I sat out there on the floor and fixed all the fringes up for her.
She would show us what she wanted done.
Everything had to be clean in the kitchen. And you made a mess, you cleaned it up right away.
Ruth always was right there, working alongside us.
We had to show up with our shoes extra white, our hair in a ponytail, and with our pantyhose, no matter how hot it was.
We wore pretty rustly outfits that always matched the dining room. This bell is the bell that Ruth always would ring to make the announcements before dinner to all of the guests. There is a bell that outside that would need to be rung, and while the waitresses were always hesitant to ring the bell, mostly because it was loud, Ruthie never hesitated to ring the bell. She loved to ring the bell.
If you didn't hear the dinner bell, she made sure to come get you off the mower. It was time to come eat, and she never left you miss.
So this would get everyone's attention, where she could announce Paul and Kalina's fudge shop, what they were selling, and then also what would be playing in the barn if she were performing for the guests.
And we're at the Hayloft Theater, and we used to play at Edgewater quite a bit.
One time, Ruthie asked me to accompany her in a song at the Hayloft Theater. I said, I don't know the song. She said, sure you do, follow me.
where the bright diamond sand flows leisurely down the stream, where the graceful white swan goes gliding along like a maid in a heavenly dream.
When we'd have our different holidays.
And folks would come in, and the first day would be Halloween, I think, and then it was Thanksgiving the next day, Christmas the next day, and New Year's Eve. I don't know how you all did it, but it was wonderful. Music and...
I put up 39 Christmas trees with lights.
I was being her Santa Claus with, I don't know how many Christmases I had to do for, but
I've been a good girl.
other people as if their talents outshined hers, even though everyone knew she was beyond talented.
You ready? Have I told you lately that I love you?
Ruthie has been the face of the Pride Telethon for even longer than I've been on this earth.
Ruth was the real star of the show, and so naturally, I had to be glued to the telethon.
Ruth made such a difference in my life. She encouraged me as a teacher as well as a performer. And every year she would have my groups, my select chorus sing on the telethon.
We would always go and perform at the Pride Telethon.
Oh my goodness, would you believe over $1,800? Over $1,800. $3,395. $3,300.
Ruthie would be there till the very bitter end, cheering on everyone.
Have I told you lately?
Now as a business owner, I try to follow Ruth, how she gave back to the community.
The Bill Mills' challenge. Thank you, honey.
We'll get $25 if you'll give me a kiss.
$25. Ruth, I would do it for less.
Well, let's walk over and put the pennies in, okay, and we'll hear a splash, and then we'll hear some more from the band. Aren't they good? This is Kalina. Can you wave to everybody, honey?
It's the truth. It's actual. Everything is satisfaction. Zippity-doo-dah, zippity-a. Wonderful feeling, wonderful day. Come on, help me sing it. Zippity-doo-dah, zippity-a. My, oh my, what a wonderful day. Plenty of sunshine heading my way. Zippity-doo-dah, zippity-a. Oh, Mr. Bluebird on my shoulder. It's the truth. It's actual, everything is satisfaction. Zippity-doo-dah, zippity-a. Wonderful feeling, wonderful day. That wasn't long enough. Let's try one more time. Ready? Zippity-doo-dah, zippity-a. My, oh my, what a wonderful day. Plenty of sunshine heading my way. Zippity-doo-dah, zippity-a. Oh, Mr. Bluebird on my shoulder. It's the truth, it's actual, everything is satisfaction. Zippity-doo-dah, zippity-a. Wonderful feeling, wonderful day. Wonderful feeling, wonderful day.
Ruth, as everybody knows in Huntingdon, is kind of the grande dame of Huntingdon. I mean, she always promoted our town in such a positive way.
I love those dear hearts and gentle people who live in my hometown.
It was her superpower, I think, to really make everyone feel like they were the most important person in the world at that point to her. And I know that she believed it. Ruthie didn't do anything halfway.
She would light up the room and know everyone and remember something about everyone.
There's a place I'd like to be, and it's Huntingdon County, where there's friendly neighbors smile and say hello, hi there. It's a place.
She was even the nurse in her past years.
She was the nurse the day I was born, and several times through the course of my life, she would chuckle and remind me that I was very fortunate that the first thing I saw when I opened my eyes in this world was her face.
You were always there for me when I needed someone to talk to. The family matriarch.
We can follow Ruthie's example, and we can pay it forward.
I believe, I believe, I believe.
I know the gates were wide open for you because they saw the warmth and the sincerity and the kindness that we all saw. We love you. Fly high, Ruth.
Ruthie, I am so thankful that I knew you. I know I'm better for knowing you, and I know we're all better for knowing you. God bless you, Ruth. We love you so much.
I love you, Ruthie.
Ruth, thanks for the memories. I love you, I miss you, and until we meet again, God bless.
Who live and love in my hometown. That's the truth. Now remember, love one another and have a wonderful, wonderful day. See ya.